Hello.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
Come on!
Woo,
You're off
woo.
key. You missed a bit there, Aaron. It would have been amazing had you been able to do it in time.
It was on my end, but there's
yeah.
always a little bit of latency.
Yes, it was on his. Done, Jordan. I can tell you all are very excited to play because you're.
I'm just trying not
that's
to
just
wake
'cause
up
I'm-
my dog.
It's just because I haven't been pushing my push to talk button. I'm so excited. I've been singing the whole time.
Not sure.
I believe it.
Jordan was off doing something. Not sure he's back.
I'm back. I was off trying out the new. I was off playing the new DLC for Crusader Kings 2.
You're not a son of Abraham.
The Jewish Empire of Tartaria begs to differ.
Listen, if you were a son of Abraham, he would have nearly killed you. Okay? You don't want to be that guy.
Hey, he only did that to one of his sons.
Only to one. Maybe I'm the other one.
The untalked about one who undoubtedly fits into White Wolf vampire lore.
The one that wasn't good enough to be killed.
Yeah, the one that appears as a central figure in vampire and or demon lore.
Fantastic.
Anyways, okay.
Woo!
So last left off, You had just stepped inside, just knocked out all the guards inside. Who was it? Coyote had just grabbed one of the guards' comlinks and was still standing by the door for the past couple of seconds, plugged into it and was listening to it and hearing on the chatter that they seem to realize you're there, if not have exactly, although they don't seem to have exactly what's happening pinpointed down. They're, aware something's going down.
John, is there a reason why I don't have ownership of my own token? Did you play with it at any point?
No, that's strange. Maybe it's...
Okay.
I don't know.
I have ownership now.
It may be because I saved the map independently of the campaign.
I know I didn't change my unique server ID or anything. Alright, sorry for interrupting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm willing to bet it's because I saved the map independently of the campaign. For whatever reason, it didn't save token ownership on the individual level.
For some reason.
Okay.
For some.
Okay, everyone else has ownership, so it was just you. So last left off, you had just learned that much. You were essentially just seconds after having Vice and Twitch just having seen the polite Lone Star Guard shock himself.
So cordial.
And Coyote had just sent a couple of orders to his fly spy, his rotodrone, and his car.
Right.
And I think the only thing else was Truth Thayer having put on a slap patch. But other than that, you are exactly where you left off, just seconds after having finished off the last guard, or the last guard having finished himself off.
For the purposes of before the next combat phase, will we be just saying my elemental strike is off by the time it gets to that?
It only lasts a few rounds, right?
It only lasts my magic and combat turns.
Yeah, so unless you go running straight out to seek someone to punch, it's going to be off by the time you get to combat anyways.
Okay, I'm just going to mark it as off because I don't see anyone to immediately going punch, so I'm just going to consider it gone.
Yeah. So, what do you do? For the most part, you can see that the hallway's clear, and the long hallway's clear, and that there doesn't seem to be much sounds coming from inside left. When he first came in, it was a little bit of a ruckus. A few shots fired, some fire flying around, but now it seems quiet.
And has Coyote's informed everyone of the snooping he's done, right?
I would have, yeah.
All right, then Twitch will say, all right, come on, let's try and get in and out nice and quick if we're about to get reinforcements.
Yep. Let's get this done.
And Twitch will start moving down the hallway to this door. Ready to, push it open and have two people ready to start shooting on it or something.
Coyote will move the Kanmushi down to kind of keep track of the hallway beyond you a little bit.
Counterspelling dice on Vice on Twitch.
The door's currently open. Does Coyote stand by the open door, close it, go somewhere else, or do anything else after releasing Fly Spy? Just so that you're aware, because you would be able to figure this out, the roto drone will take about a third of a minute to get to you, like get over the walls and get above the front door of the building you're in. The Fly Spy and car both will take about 2 minutes to get to the front gate.
All right, yeah, the SUV I'd like to take a little longer because I wanted to figure out with the Fly Spy what the status of that gate is, because if it can't be opened easily from the inside or whatnot, then I might taking out the guards in front might not be necessary.
Okay, about how long would you want the car to arrive? Wait off until, because it's
Well, what does the Fly Spy see? Basically, I guess it would be maybe a minute behind the Fly Spy, but I mean, I would, yeah, just call it a minute. So I should know what's going on with the gate a minute before the SUV gets there, say.
Well, from where you are looking out the door, you can see almost all the way to the gate. You can, it's from inside. It just looks like a big metal gate. It's a sturdy. It's not some flimsy gate, some flimsy bar gate out. The front gate isn't. Let me try that again. The front gate isn't some flimsy bar gate. It's a big metal sheet gate.
Is there any obvious opening mechanism on the inside of the gate that I can see?
No. From where you are, you can't see anything attached to the walls around the gate or anything like that. It just looks like it slides open or rolls open.
Okay, so it's got a manual. You got like a latch or something like that, or it just I only see wheels and no way to open it.
You can see like a motor to open it. Like it's not going to be something you're going to push open, like just with your bare hands. Like maybe Vice could, but certainly not you. And Vice would be hard pressed. It's a giant piece of metal. So there is a motor to open it, but you don't see any mechanisms or anything like that. No keypad or anything easy like to figure out like that. So it's probably wireless.
Gotcha. In that case, the SUV won't make it all the way to the gate, but I will try to get the Doberman out, say, I don't know, half a kilometer away and approach the gate from there. Maybe take out the guards and maybe hold off, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but that level 7 magic guy when he arrives, if he arrives, before we get out. And the Fly Spy, I will just leave. I guess I'll just I'll leave it on building. It'll retreat back to here, and I'll just keep an eye on the surrounding parking lot and see what happens out there. And lastly, Coyote will make his way into the door here and see if he can log in or hack into one of the terminals at the front. See if that'll open the door up.
The going around to the other side, you'll see that it's just desks. There's no hardwired terminals over here. As for
oh, go ahead.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Oh, I was to say, in that case, I don't know how much time left. I guess we have almost unlimited here. I'll move and cover those guys going in the door if there's nothing else for them to do out here.
Okay. While you're doing that, will the rest of you wait for Coyote? That's going to take him a few moments to figure out. Or are you hurrying up through the door?
Hurrying up, unless someone says otherwise. Twitch wants to get the move on before they get some real response on this.
I'm of the same opinion.
I'm not arguing.
So yeah, breach.
Okay. Opening the door. Well, how do you open the door?
You try the handle.
Yeah, push it
it's-
open. Well, actually, you said
all the doors here are locked with the same identical looking keycard swipe and number pad. And they do have handles. It's clear that they're all locked. Like, you don't even have to try them to know that it's either bust down the door or put in something.
all right. Twitch will try and swipe that card they got from that first card they knocked out.
The keypad will light up.
Of course it will. Twitch will look over at Truthsayer and say, I don't suppose you can pull the combination out of one of their heads?
Crusader frowns, shakes his head, and says, "I wouldn't be reliable to try. I might end up knocking myself unconscious in the process, and then you'd have to carry me."
Right. Vice, you want to try your universal lockpick?
Sure.
And
I don't even-
while she says that, Twitch will glance over at the door he already punched down.
Well, I'll just activate Elemental Strike, but I won't really time it. I'm just going to, just punch the door down then.
Yeah. Won't be as perfect a punch as the first time. Adrenaline's not as pumping, so there's a little bit more time spent lining up the punch so you don't hurt your fist. But it'll be quick enough to get the door down.
Should I roll?
Don't bother. You can't hurt yourself doing it, and you'll eventually do enough damage. Another door down. You'll, after knocking the door off its hinges, look in and see it's empty inside. It's a wide open room. Nothing really of note to either Vice or Twitch. Trusair looking in will see hermetic symbols, books, scrolls, talismans. None of it looks, just looking quick, 1 second glance, none of it looks important.
So, like a lodge of some kind, maybe? Or just like a collection of stuff?
It looks like the stuff to put together a lodge. The lodges aren't actually activated. There aren't active lodges at the moment. But it's stuff worth something, but there's a lot of it, and it would take a lot of it to actually be worth even a few hundred new yen. So it's not something worth stealing. There's the two marked off areas are just cleanly marked off ground. Nothing special about it as far as you can see.
Nothing pertaining to our mission here. We need to move on. Unless there's a damn server room hidden beneath the amulets, which I doubt. I don't think they'd have us so close to the front entrance anyway.
And I take it your wizard eyes didn't show anything dangerous in there?
We're in a Lone Star compound. Everything is dangerous.
Yeah, fair enough. Vice?
I'll send the Kanmushi ahead to the fork down there, and I don't know how long that'll take, Sean, but that's where it's going, to look either way to see if anything's coming or anything's out of the ordinary.
Crusader will flip to his astral perception to confirm that, there might not be a spirit lingering itself or like any sort of magical auras.
You will not see any spirit. Some of the objects will give off faint magical residue, like they've been used repeatedly for certain things.
Okay.
But nothing that's active. Nothing nothing worth noting beyond, hey, magic's been done here before.
All right. That was that's all I wanted to confirm.
Guess then I Vice punches down this door.
While you're punching down the door, the Kenmushi will get about, well, almost exactly where you put it, Jordan. About halfway down the hall. And about this moment will be when the rotodrone gets to the front door of the building you're in. So it's hanging, it's just coming over the ridge of the front door.
Cool. Let me find it.
I got it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll. The door was left open. I'm pretty sure Coyote would have done that. So I'll bring it. It'll come in and kind of hover close to Coyote. Eventually.
Oh, it's fast. It'll be there long before. It could probably covers that amount of ground in the time it takes you to just walk to the next door.
Crusader will call back to Coyote. Coyote, see whether you can hack one of these damn comm links. Figure out the passkey that the guards use to get into these rooms so that we can go through these faster.
Coyote will not. Good idea. He will attempt to hack the comlink he's got.
Well, the comlink you have currently in your possession is password protected. You can either hack it, like try to hack the comlink itself to get the information to it, or you can try to hack the server directly. Obviously, complex. Some benefits to one, benefits to the other, things like that. You want to hack the actual comlink, which is probably the safest route. That will be it's the exploit role. I forget what skill it is, but it's the exploit program. I know that much.
Right. It might be e-warfare. Hold on, I might have notes on it.
It's in the cracking skill group if you have that.
Yep, that'll make it simpler because I've got the whole thing. So I've got 3 points in that. So it's going to be, I think exploit is either 4 or 5. Let me find it. Nope, a 3. So it's going to be a 6. I'll be rolling.
Hacking on the fly is a hacking plus exploit. Complex action extended test. Target firewall.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was in my notes, but it didn't. Yeah. It's the same thing because I didn't have the cracking group.
And it gets its firewall plus analysis to detect you. It almost certainly would not be running analysis on itself, not as just a standard comm link. So it'll just be its firewall to detect you.
Super.
You need to meet the target firewall, so you'd definitely be taking multiple complex actions here.
Right. How many?
Are you doing this in augmented reality?
Yeah, I'm doing it the one that doesn't make me collapse. So that would be augmented.
You could also
yes.
just sick your agent on it.
Pardon me?
You could also just sick your agent on it.
Yeah, you can tell your agent to do it, and you'll roll your agent rating in place of your skill.
Right.
So
I mean, it's the
agent
identical. roll.
Right, it just
actually,
means
'cause it's
that
level 3.
it'll get a lot more rolls per round.
That is true.
And
It'll
you
get one
won't
more,
have to,
I think, because I get 2 in augmented, and it'll get 3 because it's in virtual.
and you also won't have to spend any time paying attention to it.
Oh no, I mean I'm sold on the idea. I was actually thinking of doing that, but I was going back and forth on it. But that's a good idea.
Does
All right.
Coyote have 2 initiative passes?
No, exactly.
You'd get 1 initiative pass each time. It's 2 in cold sim, 3 in hot.
AR just uses your meat body initiative passes.
Yeah, so if you get 1 more dice with your agent, go ahead and roll that extra die.
He doesn't. They're identical, aren't they? Didn't you just say
Yeah,
they were
I
identical?
think that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then let me roll for its defense.
Each time you take a hack on the fly action, the target node makes a free roll on a firewall. Hacker's stealth. Which is 3.
And I'm assuming you're going to go for admin, which would mean that your threshold is 7. So go ahead and roll
Okay.
1 more time. Nope, your agent will be able to quickly enough figure out a backdoor into the system, get you an admin account and access to everything that's on the comlink. That'll include 2 security codes, or 2 security accesses, one labeled, one labeled green and one labeled blue. No way to tell what exactly those mean. Also, are you doing this wirelessly, or are you plugging your comlink into his to do it? In terms of safety, there's nothing more dangerous about actually plugging them together. It just means you can do it without using any wireless signal.
Yeah, he'll plug it in then.
Okay. So you'll plug it in, set your agent on it, and few seconds you'll be able to pull up. The first thing that it'll pull up is access to the 2 security codes, one labeled green, one labeled blue. You don't actually know what either of that means off the top of your head, and there's no indication of what they mean. Other than that, any information you want to look up, you'll have to actually think to ask for.
I'll have to actually do what for?
You'll need to ask Sean.
You'll
Ask
have
for
to
it.
ask.
No. Okay, I didn't. I thought doesn't matter what I thought he said. All right. Well, Cody will shoot those 2 codes over to the rest of the group, and say, try these on the doors. I don't know what they do. And with that, he'll say, let me know if you want me to look for anything else. Right now, I'm going to look for basic stuff like how many personnel are in the base and
a blueprint or a map layout, if that's in the comlink, or just a list of the AROs if that has that registered, so that we can narrow our search down.
Or
Right.
what's in which door.
Yeah, that's again what I was gonna look up. Yeah, so that's what Coyote will do. He will
While he's
look up.
looking, okay. While he's looking that up, Vice will have managed to get this door open, and you'll see it looks like a science room. It's got some kind of on the left side. It's got some kind of data racks and electronic equipment. It's can't tell what exactly it looks it's for, but it looks sort of sciency. None of you, unless I'm remembering wrong, none of you have any major science knowledges, so it's really guesswork as to what it's for. But they don't look like security servers. You can all tell that off the bat. You'll also notice fairly easily 2 scientists in the room cowering behind the servers, sort of peeking around to see what's going on.
I don't think this is our room.
Let's stun and cuff him.
You sure?
Unless you want to risk them triggering a lockdown.
I think there's already an alarm.
You don't have to worry about a lockdown, buddy.
All right. Twitch will let Truthsayer use his judgment about whether to yell a threat at them or anything. He's easily the scariest among us.
So that'll be great, you know, the invisible mage stepping forward. Each scientist would get their intuition 3 dice to see whether they could see him or not. Well, whatever their intuition is, the threshold would be 3 on that. Crusader would come in and just sort of he would just give a broadcast like you know, he's got a pounding headache, the pulsing, and the pouch the patch helped out a bit. He says, "You stay on the ground cowering in there, or I will end you worse than Lone Star will."
Well, the 2 scientists seem to obey the voice out of nowhere, so...
Good. My work is done. Is there a color label on any of these things down the hallway?
The doors are not labeled at all. There's no labeling you can see anywhere on the door.
Alright, as Truthsayer gets back, Twitch will ask, "Did you ask them what blue and green mean?"
No, why didn't you do that?
I don't know.
Well, there's already a lockdown. We can just try both the codes.
It's not like one of the codes is for, you know, a self-destruct sequence, right?
Hurry up.
Alright, Twitch is going to walk back to this door and kind of shout in. "Hey, what do blue and green stand for codes?"
Coyote's just sitting there standing, just eyebrow lifted.
Very hesitantly, one of the scientists will say, "Green's outside, blue's inside."
Oh, man.
About this moment, the Kedmushi will get to the end of the hallway, and I revealed the rest of the doorways, but the doors look the same exact as any of the other doors here. They're just plain security doors, metal doors with no labeling, no indication of what they are at all.
Alright, green's outside, blue's inside. Alright.
Yeah, well, Twitch will, you know, say as much on the, and say good luck. And then Twitch will scan the card and punch in the blue code.
Checking the code, they're like 20-digit alphanumeric codes. When you actually, you know, pull up the comm link to, hey, what is the code actually? It's just a long 20-digit alphanumeric code.
Okay.
Probably not for the keypad, which only has numeric on it.
So
Twitch will kind of facepalm.
During this time, Coyote will pull up information. What are the pieces? What's the first thing you search for?
Probably the map is the most important thing at the moment. Maybe if there's like an index or a key showing us where what is, that'd be really useful.
Well, looking around through his comlink, you'll find quickly enough the an augmented reality overlay that you can load up to see what everything is and see the labelings on everything. Go when you go to boot it up, you'll see that it'll pop up an error message saying it requires you to be logged on to the blue server, or the blue nexus is what it would call it.